Today we'll begin with the story The Duchess and the Jeweler by Virginia Woolf. The Duchess here is the Duchess of Lambourn, Lambourn. The Jeweler is Oliver Bacon. Oliver Bacon had been a poor boy during his childhood. He lived with his mother. He used to play in the gutter. He used to play marbles in the gutter, and he would sell stolen dogs to rich ladies on Sundays. As fate would have it, he later on met some acquaintances who introduced him to the business of being a jeweler. He was able to rise in his profession, and he had become a very rich jeweler when the story started. The story began with Oliver Bacon at the top of the house overlooking the Green Park. He had a flat, chairs jutted out at the right angles, chairs covered in hide. Sofas filled the base of the windows, sofas covered in tapestry. The windows, the three long windows, had the proper allowance of discreet net and figured satin. The mahogany sideboard bulged discreetly with the right brandies, whiskies, and liqueurs. He lived in wealth and luxury. He had plenty of brandies, whiskies, liquors, and drinks on a sideboard. And from the middle window he looked down upon the glossy roofs of fashionable cars packed in the narrow streets of Piccadilly. A more central position could not be imagined. He was living in the best place possible, and at 8 in the morning he would have his breakfast brought in on a tray by a manservant. The manservant would unfold his crimson dressing gown. He would rip his letters open with his long pointed nails and would extract thick white cards of invitation upon which the engraving stood up roughly from duchesses, countesses, viscountesses, and honorable ladies. Then he would wash. Then he would eat his toast. Then he would read his paper by the bright burning fire of electric coals. That was the lifestyle of Oliver. As he would sit there, he would talk to himself. "Behold, Oliver," he said, addressing himself, "you who began life in a filthy little alley, you who..." And he would look down at his legs, so shapely in their perfect trousers. He would look at his boots, at his spats. They were all shapely, shining, cut from the best cloth by the best scissors in Savile Row. But he dismantled himself often and became again a little boy in a dark alley.